Part 2 to What If Deku were raised by wolves. After Deku releasing one of his proclaimed basic moves, there was a massive amount of energy or pressure, you could say, that was felt around the air. As all the classes watched in amazement and awe of Deku's raw power, Bakugo on the ground, crying damn near about, with 3 straight lines or almost big markings like a claw or like a giant wolf has just marked his territory. But the attack didn't hit Bakugo. It hit the surrounding area, damn near changing the whole landscape. As he looks down at Bakugo with one eye glaring down at him, you see, the difference between me and you was so great that it would be damn near impossible for you to overcome this gap. I think I heard you saying something like this to a student. Let me see. You're weak. And you're not strong in the slightest, my boy. So you might as well just hop off a bridge and kill yourself. Isn't that right? And we would just insert a random name or a random person here. And he'd be like, yeah, you said something like that, very smug. Just because you're able to shoot some weak explosions out of the palm of your hand. As Deku leans down at Bakugo, you really think you're hot shit, don't you? And there's many people stronger than you. Hell, I think I remember tussling with somebody that had a quirk. What was it? It was ice and fire. For some reason, he didn't want to use his fire side. But, I mean, he lost promptly after that, but I don't know what that's about. To really think that you really think you're hot shit because you have such a flashy quirk is damn near impressive. And then Bakugo barks up, trembling damn near about in fear. What's your quirk then? As Deku laughs, not maniacally, but just amused. Quirk? No, my boy, you must understand. As he looks him dead in his eyes, I am quirkless. Everyone that heard that, no, there's no way someone quirkless could produce that much raw power. That's impossible. Everyone, no, that's literally impossible. You can't. Oh, I forget. You humans are interesting creatures. I guess I technically wasn't around people that were had quirks per se. I was more around people that were just strong, as he says with slightly of a morbid and depressed look in his eye. Anyways, I guess I'll have to show you some proof. I can't make claims without having some evidence. As Deku begins to undo his school uniform, and basically, he pretty much takes off like his shirt, but he doesn't fully take it off as he grabs one of his pants legs and pulls it up, and all you see, and like he has in such a manner, all you see is literal like scars, cuts, and like all this shit. Like it almost looks like this dude's been through war, right? And he's like, come on now, do you think a human, a regular person that didn't go through hell would survive something like this? Everyone is quiet. Everyone is stunned by this feat. Not only does his physical capabilities match his physique, but they swear it feels like he's not destroying his full muscles. It's almost like his physique is undertoned for the power that he just exudes. But as you know, Deku looks around, he's like, well, I think that should be sufficient. Puts his garments back on, or fully back on. Now, if any of y'all else want to fight me, be my guest, but just know I won't go easy on you. Then Deku promptly walks home, not after promptly knocking out Bakugo. And just to give some quick background, we are around the same time that we would be in canon, just with the fact that Deku was raised differently. We'll get into that in a future part. So, with that being said, he's kind of been fed up with Bakugo. Always talking all this shit and even telling someone to go kill themselves. God forbid if that person actually does it. And he walks off and promptly backs his leg up into the damn atmosphere and just bam, sleeping Bakugo instantaneously. Good night, little nigga. Sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, and then not Bakugo, but Deku can hear something. He can smell something too, and he's like, a grin appears on his face. Oh, I know that smell way too much. Deku's like, I see. So maybe this is the person. And to the person that is watching this, for whoever comments now, which if it's multiple people, the more detailed and better character story they give me, the better it will be. But I am willing to insert one of y'all guys into this story. So, with this being said, since this is semi in the middle of the video technically, basically you put down in the comments below the type of person you are, right? And we will potentially make you the successor of All For One, okay? For the simple fact that why not? Because some people will die in this story, okay? Just for the way that Deku is, all right? Yeah, he's a monster, okay? And so, anyways, with this being said, Deku cracks his neck, cracks his back, almost like he's about to do like a werewolf transformation. You just hear all these bones just... And then he roars. And then he scours off. At like dumb net break speeds. He's by a building. And then he sees someone and they fall down. For the time being, I'm just gonna make it a female. Like, who cares? Like, why not? But the physical characteristics aren't really, it's more ambiguous than just like, oh, it's a female. Like, you really just don't know, okay? It's like a tomboyish, but like, yeah, it's kind of like that. Hoodie on, all that type of shit. You see someone jump, whee! And then you just see Deku right there. Literally on top of like a good feet up in the air as this person's jumping off. And then you just see Deku looking down, and you see glows of red ember from one of his eyes. You swear you do for a brief moment, and you look at his feet. You swear you see wolf-like feet, but you're very confused. Didn't he just say he was quirkless? So anyways, with Deku's limbs as his feet and arm are wolf-like or wolf-like in nature, you just hear it in a booming voice. What do you think you're doing? The person, that gender is unspoken or unclear. I'm trying to kill myself. Deku throws this person down to the ground. Well, then die by my hands. The person, Deku, without even a second glance or a second to pass, grabs the person by like the throat as he just threw him off like this massive building, and proceeds to like walk with them. And then since Deku went a different path, which slut villain, right? So Deku basically throws this person through a tunnel way, and then promptly kicks them in the solar plexus. It's just so much pain for real, you know what I'm saying? And then what ended up happening, right, is he's like, you're weak, but I think you already know that. I actually do got a name for Deku. I forgot how to say it. I gotta go back and look it up again. But I do have a name for your boy Deku, all right? But we'll get to that on another part. Anyways, so he's like, so let me get this straight. Let me guess. You talked to that kid named Bakugo, didn't you? This person? What's it to you? Well, have you looked on the feed recently? Person looks up. I'll just say the hoodie person. The hoodie person looks up. Wait, what? You might want to check the feed. And so basically it's like hashtag Bakugo got beat, hashtag humbled, and like it's all this shit. And this person's like, wait, what?
Who could beat Bakugo? As well, I would answer that question. As Deku's smile turns to from a normal cold expression to one of sinisterness, but we got company. As the sword starts to rattle, it smells disgusting. Boom! The sludge villain pops out. It looks like I have two fresh bodies for me to pick from. He looks at both of them while the person in the hoodie has a look of terror and dread in her eyes. Oh, yes. Then he looks over at Deku. You look strong. I'll take you as my vessel. Deku turns around. And you swear you could see him open that other eye, but it's cut off from, his visual. And all you hear is, my boy. It's been a while since I was able to actually try. I'm sorry you have to see this, but since it's a villain, that means I don't have to hold back. It's in self-defense, even though I'm quirkless. And all you see is a shadowy outline of a monster or a werewolf of some sort. And you are very confused. Like, what the fuck was that? But then, all you hear before it cuts off black is time, as father used to say, time to hunt. And then you just hear a howl. And then it switches back. And then Deku's readjusting his garment. Really readjusting his, school uniform. With hoodie person being traumatized at what just happened. Like, what the fuck? You're the person that beat Bakugo. And then as Deku turns around. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were here for a second. I just had to enjoy myself. It's been a while since I was able to stretch my legs, so to speak. Oh, we have company again. And the hoodie person did technically kind of pass out from the intense pressure that was being released. So they woke back up when the sun was hitting them. Wait, what? The sun was hit? We was under oh, and all you see is claw marks, scratches, and just things of all sorts of nature. And hoodie person confused. They're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then they just see the sludge villain, or this individual sees the sludge villain, like, what the fuck? Why is it small, and why is he cowering in fear? And then you hear, no need to fear because I am here. Sees the sludge villain, sees Deku walking back over to hoodie person looking at All Might, kind of like a Todoroki expression. Why do you announce that you're here? Deku just promptly, sludge villain's like, All Might, and hoodie motherfucker's like, All Might? And then Deku's just like, why do you announce your existence? Like, I get you do it for, it's like your little persona, but, that's kind of stupid. Because, if I hear I am here, nigga, I'm going to be like, I am not here, and then dip off on you, real quick. Like, goodbye. Like, bro, what you think this is? Like, it's stupid. That's stupid. Anyways, I presume this is yours, holding the sludge villain. Or attempting to hug the sludge villain, but the sludge villain actively runs away from Deku looking for something. He gets in a bottle and then just scurries off. And then he's like, what the? All Might's trying to keep his composure, but knowing his time is getting low, he's like, so did y'all see the hero that did this? Deku, being tricky with the words, no. I did not see the hero that did this. The hoodie person catching on to what Deku's doing, it just busts out laughing like it's just too funny. Nope, I didn't see one hero do a thing. Oh, did you see which way they go? No, not at all. Okay. Well, y'all say Stephen, make sure you go to class and blah 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 blah. And then All Might would promptly leave shortly afterwards. So with that being said, he scurries off, okay? And then after he scurries off, yeah, without anyone realizing it, the hoodie person's on All Might, and then Deku's like, yeah, I'm gonna. You don't keep your eye on a person for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay, man. He turns around very promptly and heads off to the direction All Might went, as a similar scene that would play out like it did in canon, but with the mystery person. And so, yeah. And, yeah, they're on the route, and when All Might lands, he's like, oh, crap, I'm out of time. Poof. And then you would just see that, you would see Deku there already, but he doesn't make his presence known. You would just, like, see it in, like, the background, and you're like, wait, huh? And so, yeah, it would be the whole spill of, him having a timer and this and that, and I'm gonna just say this individual just kind of knows or heard something about it, like it was a rumor or something. And yeah, so that would happen. And then be like, would it be possible for me to be here without a quirk? Blah blah blah. And then All Might would be like, nah, bro, you trash for real. And then, but I guess since don't know what this person is or whatever the case, it might be a little bit, little bit less harsh one, but it's like it would be very hard to do it without a quirk. Like hell, maybe if you could find that hero with that super strong quirk that took down the sludge villain or something to that effect, but I'm sorry, kid. I'm sorry, kid. It's just not how that works. And then promptly, All Might feels like a pain in the back of his neck before proceeding to eat dirt. And then Deku's just towering over him. What type of pro hero is on that? Like, that's kind of fucked up, my guy. Like, I really hate to be an idol of yours. I didn't really grow up in the city. I'm not gonna lie to you for real. So I don't got much attachment to y'all. I know whose is, but like, so you just gonna destroy someone's dream, hope, and ambitions like that, huh, All Might? That's crazy for. What's that? He picks up All Might, but like by his ankle. What? Sees the injury. Oh, that's an easy fix, my boy. You rich, right? He looks down at All Might because he has him by the leg. This version of Deku is very strong. And he's like, I'm pretty sure I always keep one on me. He pulls out like a necklace that has like 3 crosses on them. I don't like the design of these just out of sure luck, but here you go. Just stabs All Might. And then it's like, it's gonna take about a week or 2 to fully kick in, but you at least won't feel pain anymore from that injury. And then as All Might started to pose, and he like drops him promptly, but All Might's able to. Instead of being in his skinny or buff form, he's in like this hybrid form where he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take a while for that to kick in for you, my boy. But yeah, you enjoy. I'm gonna catch you later though. he grabs hoodie person and jumps off the building. Thanks for the encouragement, All Might. And then you don't see him ever again. Well, All Might would promptly try to look out and see where they fell, but Deku would proceed to head to somewhere else at like breakneck speeds. And this is where we would end off part 2 of What If Deku Was Raised by Wolves. I also want y'all to keep in mind that I did say whoever puts it down in the comments below, and you gotta give me a full character analysis, right? We could just say that the initial character that the hoodie person exhibit was just out of, sadness and depression. But you can either have a quirk that is extremely useless unless it has the power of One for All, or you can have no quirk at all and you know, you get better over time. So anyone can do it. You just gotta give me a full character analysis and like the overall arc story of your character, just so I have something to work with. If no one does do it, I will make their own character and insert a different character altogether. Y'all enjoy.